To the Garage Web Show. I, of course, am Fat Man Jay, and standing behind me, we're gonna have Silos the comedian.
I
Thank you
am
for.
the light. Oh, look at that, dude. That looks awesome.
All right, we're glad y'all could tune in tonight. We got a great show ahead of you. Tonight we have with us Mark Seviano Jr., the author of The Course I Made at 23. This book is great, and we're going to talk about it quite a bit here in a few minutes. We also have Nexus, the magician. Now, guys, if you've never seen this guy perform before, you're in for a treat. He does some of the best close-up magic I've seen in a while.
Yeah, hopefully he makes you disappear, because right now you're getting boring.
Well, I really don't know if he can make something that goes around an entire room disappear, but he could try. All right, now we're also going to be talking about an upcoming Bellator fight, Bellator 131. One fight in particular, Ron Henderson versus Jonathan Santa Maria. And we'll get into that a little bit later as well. But before we go to all of that, a holiday just passed yesterday. Halloween, one of my favorite holidays, aka National Dress Like a Slut Day. Now, on this holiday, there's a lot of things that happen, there's a lot of things that go down, but there's one thing in particular that I want to talk about that gets ignored quite a bit. Now, this holiday brings out the best pranks ever. And I want to talk about one prank in particular that happened to me this year.
Uh-oh. To you?
To me.
To you.
To me. I live in an apartment complex, and in that apartment complex, there are children. I had a group of kids stop me, talk to me, while a 2-year-old tied my shoes together from underneath me.
Alright.
Okay? So I'm talking to these 5-year-olds, I'm giving them candy, and another kid is tying my shoes. I thought it was trick or treat.
Not just...
Not treat and trick.
Yeah, come on.
And then I was told, give out better candy.
Oh. What were you handing out? Banana flavored Laffy Taffy?
I was
Because
handing out
that's
nerds.
nasty. I can't stand that stuff.
I was handing out nerds. I thought it was cool. I like nerds. You like nerds?
I love nerds, but you know that's also considered like genocide for us. We know what we are. We have no.
And we are not the future. Let us be clear about that. If you take our brains and duplicate them, you're in for trouble.
Yes.
But then again, we've reproduced.
Yeah, that's a big problem too.
I know, but
because they're starting out just like us.
Oh, they are. But there is one good thing about your children.
My children, thank you.
Yeah, they haven't learned to fly with their big Dumbo ears like you.
It's because they haven't developed them the way I have.
Oh man.
I don't fall fast. I glide slow.
All right. Unfortunately, my kids have picked up the bad habit of eating everything in front of them.
Are you sure it's them eating it, or are you just walking by and tasting,
Disappearing?
as you would call it? You know, you're just calling it tasting as you walk by, but then again, it's gone by the time they realize the plate is empty.
Well, look, there's also the fact that this upcoming month, we got a show coming. We have another all stand-up show for you guys.
Yeah.
And for everybody over there at Stars Hookah Lounge, thank you so much for the invitation. We greatly appreciate it. We will be taking you up on that offer.
Yes.
You will have Carlos and I in the Stars Hookah Lounge.
Yes, you will.
And congratulations on opening up your second location. Thank you guys very much for streaming.
Good job, guys. Good job. We appreciate the fact that you're not only spreading our audience, you're just, you know, opening up to a whole new world of stoners.
It's hookah. It's not marijuana. There's a difference.
You know they're sneaking something in.
And I want to send a big shout out to Willie's Pizzeria in Inglewood. Thank you guys for streaming us. We greatly appreciate it.
And also for feeding those stoners.
and to William Prescott, the owner of Willie's Pizzeria, thank you very much for your generosity. It is.
Let's check to see if we have some birthday shout outs or anything right now. If you guys got my number, just make sure it's out there. 951-337-2869.
So Willie, I want to say thank you very, very much. what you did this past month. And for those of you that don't know, Willie's Pizzeria donated 2,000 pizzas to the homeless in the last month. So let me say thank you very much. No, we're drowning.
We're drowning.
No.
Let's do it from the back then. Better. Because we're being drowned out. We're turning into white blobs.
Okay, then leave it like that.
Yeah.
But Willie,
I think you can kill this one too.
Yeah. Willie, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your generosity. It is not going unnoticed.
Oh yeah, that's better.
And finally, the last thing I want to talk about before we bring up our guest. Do we have the pictures?
I did not get the.
Okay, so we don't have those pictures. So look to us next month
Yeah, we'll show you some
for
good,
some great pictures.
some
of
great
the holiday.
Halloween costumes that probably inappropriate toddler costumes. By far, I'm gonna admit my favorite was the Prince. It looked like about 1.5 years old,
Dressed
and
like
he's
Prince.
got the curls, the mustache, and the purple suit. I didn't check if it was the special chaps that he usually wears.
My favorite suit, and you guys can log on to our Facebook page and check out these pictures if you want.
Facebook.com/thegaragewebshow.
And you can check out these wonderful pictures. My favorite by far was the 6-month-old dressed like Chucky.
Oh yeah, that was a great one. I mean, it was very elaborate. It looked much like Chucky, and then, I mean, it was in too much detail. I wet myself looking at that picture.
Okay, but
I hated that movie.
But now, the moment you all have been waiting for. Okay, a wonderful friend of mine, one of the greatest people I've ever met in my life. He's kind-hearted. He's smart.
You don't have to talk about me that way.
I'm not talking about you that way. I didn't call you. I didn't say the gassiest person I've ever met in my life.
Well, no,
I said
that
one
would
of
be
the
you,
nicest
and we
people
fed
I've
you
ever
cheese. We fed you cheese. That's a problem right now.
Okay, we'll get to that later. But by far, one of the most genuine people I've ever met. A wonderful, wonderful writer. The author of The Choice I Made at 23, Mark Sevillano Jr. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Cool.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.
Glad to have you on the show.
Glad to be here.
You know, this is a first for us. This is the first author we've actually had on the show.
Yes.
We've had tons of comedians, and some of them were actually funny.
Unfortunately, so many of them just made the attempt to be funny.
They made the attempt, and they made it more awkward. So, tell us about your book. What is this story you wrote?
Yeah, it's called The Choice I Made When I Was 23, and it's about the choice I made when I was 23, and that's it.
Well, thanks for coming on the show.
No, I'm just kidding. It touches on 3 main topics: God, sexuality, and the power of our choices. So I really wanted to just talk about how growing up, how every choice I made got me to where I am today.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
yeah.
So it's a wonderful book. If you have not read it, it comes highly recommended from me, but it also comes highly recommended in the Christian community, as this is a top 17 bookseller according to the New York Times in the Christian community. If you have not read it, I strongly suggest you read it. Now you can read it. I personally put an age on the recommendation for this. I personally don't think that you should be younger than 13 to read this book because of some of the topics that are covered.
Right.
But 13 and above, I strongly suggest reading this book. It's a wonderful, wonderful read. I picked it up and I read the entire thing in just under 42 hours.
Yeah, it's a short read. Yeah, it's a short read. Thin book, but it's.
But if you read it more
powerful.
than once.
Right,
So,
right.
you know,
Yeah, if you dissect each chapter
Exactly.
and take your time on it, it's good.
Treat it like you're studying at school.
Yeah,
That'll make
exactly.
it.
Now,
That's true.
there is something I want to bring up here.
Yeah,
There is something I want to
let's
bring up
talk
here.
about it.
You graduated from Santa Fe High School in 2004.
Now we're gonna
Or
go ahead.
2002. 2002.
2002. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and point this out. All of us here are Santa Fe High grads. All three of us. Okay, I was class of '96.
Yeah.
Class of 2002 with Mark.
Yep.
And there is something strange going on with the class of 2002.
Yeah, I agree.
There is something really weird happening. Eric Bellinger has won 2 Grammys. Wait a minute.
Wow.
Yeah.
Eric, wait a minute.
That's
Eric,
exactly what we want from the audience. We want response.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Eric, if you're watching, we love you. That's awesome. Keep it up. R&B
We're
singer.
waiting for you to come on the show, man. You gave us your word.
Now, here's the funny thing. Mark and I both sang with Eric in choir.
We did. Yeah.
Now, for
I'm
those,
thinking Eric was a little louder than you two.
no, well, you'd be surprised. Now, Mark has actually helped my family out before. Back in 2001, we had a special
Yeah, that's
event.
brilliant.
We had a special event over at Los Nietos Park in Santa Fe Springs, where this guy who writes books now sang the national anthem and actually put up some of the best musical notes in the history of that park. Unfortunately, they were easily forgotten.
Yeah.
But he's done that.
Mhm.
He's written this book. He's married to an extremely beautiful woman. He has a child on the way, which, by the way,
Yes, that's true.
congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm excited about that.
Okay, so
Boy.
all these choices.
Alright.
Okay, you got me beat. I don't have a boy. I got 4 little girls,
Oh,
and I
wow.
got no boys.
Wow. Maybe the 5th one?
No. I'll tell you right now, I'm boy snip, snip, tuck, tuck.
Oh.
Well, if you're talking, Eddie Murphy's looking for you.
Don't get me started with the
Yeah.
toes, snaps.
You'll
and-
find out that's not actually a laugh he had.
Oh, Eddie.
Now, if you guys can tell, this is a lighthearted show. We
Yeah.
like to keep it easy. We like to keep it breezy. We like to keep it fun. So, in the spirit of fun,
I've got my phone. Okay, I'm getting told I need to grab my phone because audience wants to ask questions of you.
okay,
Awesome.
wonderful.
So anyone who has questions out there, text me 951-337-2869, and if my phone would tell me, it will stop yelling at me. Once I get a question, I'll go ahead and pass it on to him, and he'll give us our, as far as honest answer.
Yeah, for sure.
And
So
my,
if you
my
have a
girlfriend just called me a loser. My phone has timing.
Do you have a question for Mark from our audience?
Not just yet. I'm scrolling through here and I'm seeing. She's still calling me a loser.
Oh, we actually have a guest. We have a live audience.
We
member
do have a
who
live
has
audience.
questions.
This is one of the fun parts of it. I love having a live audience in this show because a lot of times playing to a silent room, it's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Especially when we're trying to tell jokes.
Yeah.
We're the only two laughing.
Okay, but we do have a
That's always
live.
the case.
The rules when you're telling stand up, if you're the only one laughing, maybe it isn't that funny.
Okay, but we do have a question, so we'll take the question.
Okay.
What made you write the book? What happened to you?
Great question. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So, what made me write this book? That's a great question. So I battled with my sexuality. That's basically kind of some of the premise of the book, and I kind of just was like back and forth, didn't know how to be, like what I wanted in life, and just kind of at a fork in the road. And so I remember feeling lost, feeling stuck, feeling depressed, feeling sad. I was 23 years old, and I was just at like the lowest time in my life. I had just graduated from college. I had just broken up with my girlfriend. I was just like, I don't know what to do, what I'm gonna do from here on. And so I remember feeling low and bad, and then I was in my room one day, and I was just asking God for help. I was like, God, I need your help. I feel stuck. I feel low. I feel bad. And I opened up the Bible. There was the Bible like on my bed, and I just opened it up and did one of those things where I randomly like pointed, and it said, "I will give you a helper." After I was like crying for help, and I was like, that's kind of freaky. That's crazy that I would turn to a random verse and it says like, "I will give you the helper." And so I just felt confident again, and I felt like, you know what, I could face this, and I know everything's gonna be okay. And so I remember saying, I'm gonna write a book or talk about or just be vocal about my experiences, because I don't want anyone to ever feel stuck and alone and depressed and not have some sort of hope. So I wrote this book so that people could not feel weird. They could have hope when they are feeling stuck and depressed, and hopefully that will help someone out there. So that's why I
So
wrote
that
the
they
book.
feel, so that if they're going through the same kind of stuff, that
Mhm.
they aren't the only ones experiencing.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Exactly. That they are not alone. So
So
yeah.
that is
Yeah.
a great response. Now, I got a question for you.
All right.
Are you working on anything new?
You know what? A lot of people have been asking me that. Currently, I'm not working on anything new. I am preparing for my baby boy, Levi John Siviano. So, preparing for him right now, and just kind of just promoting this book. It came out May of this year, 2014.
Okay.
And so I'm just kind of just treating this, giving this book all my attention right now, and promoting it, putting it out there. And then, but I've been thinking about it. I have a book in mind that I kind of want to eventually write, and I'm definitely gonna want to write more books. So this is the first one that I'm just kind of taking things slowly and just trying to see where it takes me. And then, yeah, of course, I definitely want to write some more. So.
Okay. Now, with this being brought up, I'm going to throw something out there to our audience.
Mhm.
Before our next show, we'll be doing a giveaway. The Garage Web Show will be giving away one free T-shirt and one free hat.
Hat?
Yes.
Where did the hats come from?
The hats came from the same place the T-shirts are coming from.
Okay, that'll work.
And one free hat to our audience member who writes the most inspirational story and post it to our wall.
That's awesome. I like
So,
that idea.
and yeah, we don't want this short stories, we're not looking for Dr. Seuss sort of style stuff here. We want something that actually has some sort of detail to it.
Yeah, some
Okay.
sort of substance.
So, because we want to be able to explain what you wrote on the show.
Okay.
And if they don't understand it, what's the point?
Now, this disclaimer will be thrown out there quickly. If you post to our page, it becomes public domain. We will read it, direct quotes, and you are giving us permission by posting to our page to do so.
Exactly.
So we will be giving you a free Garage Web Show T-shirt, and we will be giving away a free hat. Or you might just get the T-shirt and the hat, and you get to rock them everywhere you go.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
if you want to know what the logo looks like, it's right there on Carlos. This
Right
is-
here, look at that.
Look at
looks
that.
nice, doesn't it?
I love
Right
it.
there.
He's
All right.
okay. Mark, you've been called an inspiration by people. You have been called, actually Elizabeth Gonzalez said that your book touched her in a way that no other book ever has. That's a direct quote.
Wow.
I've seen so many different posts to your Instagram, to your Facebook about people talking about your book and how inspirational it is. My younger brother, Jonathan Santa Maria, who's a former guest on this show,
Yeah.
has touched on how you've helped him find God through your book. This coming from a guy who maybe attends church once every 10 years. My younger brother.
Okay, so before we keep going on in this, now from the fact that I've only perused your book a little bit, I've not gone through it as much as he has.
Right.
I'm going to be honest about it, but I am planning on reading it fully through.
Cool.
But I want to know from the publishing standpoint,
Yeah.
how long did it take you to get this published?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great question. Majority of the book takes place when I was 23.
Right.
Choice I made when I was 23. So after age 23, I spent about like three years just gathering stories and just writing and just trying to gather my thoughts. And it took me about 3 years to compile the book, and then it took me 9 months to actually raise money and publish it.
You published
So,
it yourself.
I self-published, and I raised the money on Indiegogo.com, and people donated to me, whoever was behind my idea, and raised a lot of money and published the book. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's amazing.
So 3 years and 9 months.
So how much did it take on Indiegogo?
Well, we raised a total of $18,000.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how many
Oh
copies?
no, not 18,000. Not 18,000. 1,800.
But with that, how many books did actually get published?
Well, it's print as you go.
As you go,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if we want to request it, where can we purchase it?
You can get it on a website called xlibris.com. It's xlibris.com, or on Amazon.com, Barnes and Noble. It's basically, you could just Google it and it'll pop up. So,
Now,
yeah.
we have seen displays of your book.
Mhm.
So you did do a mass sale, correct?
Yeah, well, it is available in certain stores and
Okay.
so at my church they're selling it, and so
That's
different places.
Now, I got one final question for you.
Yes, all right.
Will you stick around till the end so that we can bring you back up here and get all your information? And do we have your permission to post all those websites to our webpage?
Oh, of course, yeah,
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, I'll stick around.
Awesome.
For sure.
Great.
All
Thank you
right.
very much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks a lot.
Really appreciate you coming out.
Thank you, yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay, now next up, here, live on the garage, we have an entertainer.
Now, for those of you who your screen's probably messing up or something like that, and all you have is audio, we'll describe what's happening, but it won't work as well for you.
You should have come to the live show.
Exactly. We tell you guys, you can come out, check the show out, but, you know, we've got our live audience, which is basically family.
Hey,
And I'm going to say it right now. Our guests that came on the show, they're family now.
yeah.
They're family. They came out to help us out. That's because of them. This is why our show is doing so well as it does.
It is. Now, I just want to throw something out there before we bring up our next guest, who is an entertainer.
Unlike us.
Yeah, we're just there.
We are jokes.
Hey, what's the fat man doing crossing the street? Picking up a piece of fried chicken.
So he was chasing the chicken for a 2-piece.
So, anyways,
Well,
I'll
we're
let
going to
the
go
brand-
ahead and just move it on here.
move it on.
And this was where we're going with this. Our next guest is, as he said, an entertainer, and you've actually seen him already on the show once. He did a quick little thing for us. He did a snippet, and we asked him if he could come back on and do a little bit more for us. So he said, "Yeah, I've got about an hour's worth," and we had to cut him down.
Yeah, so for the next 20 minutes, we are going to become part of the audience and let this man take center stage.
So
So we are bringing up Nexus, the magician. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
all right, thank you for coming out. All right, we're gonna leave you with the stage. You can see where you are in the shot.
Yeah.
You do your magic.
All right.
Work your magic with us.
All right. Wonderful. All right. So how's everyone doing today?
Good.
Awesome. Great. So you may have noticed I have a bag here. Say, what's up with the bag, right? Well, it's a pretty big bag just for one small thing that's right inside. It's a Rubik's cube. Now you may see it's kind of a jumbled up Rubik's cube. It's all mixed all over the place. And I want to talk about something before we get started. See, in life we all have problems. You can't really deny it, right? I mean, some of us can't exactly write a book. Some of us might not be the best comedians. And some of us might not even be good magicians. But so there's something there that we might not all be able to do. just like the Rubik's Cube. You see, some of us can solve the Rubik's Cube. I think the record for it's about 5.5 seconds, which is just like, boom, solved. It's insane. And there's people who take their time. They take a few minutes, hours, days, maybe even years. Some people never even get a chance to solve it. But what I like about certain Rubik's Cubes, like some of our problems, is just that we tend to overthink about it. See, some problems, they'll solve themselves. But what about a Rubik's Cube? What if somehow it can almost completely solve itself?
Wow.
Alright, good job.
Alright, so with that being said, we'll officially get started and get going. Now here I have something crazy. Ooh, it's a silk. Now I might not be using this today because it's not too hot in here, which is great. I love this. Usually the other places I go to are real hot. And as you can see, it's just a regular silk. Nothing too fancy about it. But what I do like about silks is they can make any illusion look amazing. So you can go ahead and show your hand full. And then, it shrinks, yeah. You know? Okay. maybe I'll do it in reverse. It just goes, ooh, it grows. Yay. Or maybe we could do something even better. And watch. As it goes. And my biggest fan. Alright, so see, this is a cool fan. See, it keeps it fresh, simple. But what I like about it, it's not just one fan. You see, it's something interesting tends to happen. If I give it just a quick wait, you can actually see it change color. Alright, time to review the trick. Yeah, I might do something really fast, but it's turning it around. See, if I do it like this, and I turn it around, it changes color.
Oh.
See, it completely changes color. Now it's all rainbow. And what, I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you one more time. Watch, see, if I just go like that and I change it, see, I could just turn it right over to the side. I'll show you. It is double-sided. There is a dragon on one side and there is red on the other. As you can see, a red dragon, dragon red. And all you have to do is just turn it right over and it changes color all over again. So you have yellow and rainbow. Alright, so let's see, here we go. Something kind of special about this bag as well, it's full of a lot of things, not just a Rubik's Cube. See, it's full of air. Yeah, see, full of air. Yeah, okay, well maybe not, but you can see it is a completely empty bag. There's nothing inside. But there is something that we could do. See, if we just go ahead and grab some of the air, bunch it up, and then just toss it and, oh, there it goes. You can reach right inside, and, oh, there you go. Here it is. It's a string! Yay. But attached to the string is what's more interesting. It's actually a flower box.
Oh, wow.
But again, it is just an empty bag. You can see there's nothing inside. But again, we can go ahead and just go up and oh, reach right inside again. And you can see that here's another string, and attached to that is another box. Now, just to be 100% fair, I want you to see there is absolutely no room left for anything to be in there. It's a flat, regular bag. But watch. If you reach inside one final time, you can find that there's something else inside. And that's an empty bag.
Awesome.
Alright, so Let's see, what else do I got in store? Oh, how about we do a card trick? How about a quick card trick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
And see, I'm a person of variety, so as you can see, I do a lot of different types of tricks. First time I saw a card trick, I did a silk trick, fan, now an empty bag trick. So just like variety, I tend to carry all sorts of varieties here as well. I carry all cards with me. I carry all different colors, all different sizes. Here I have a small one, it's a bicycle mini deck. Here I have a vintage series deck. It's all different colors, all different sizes. But for some odd reason, even though I have all these, somehow these blue ones just pop out to me a bit more. So we'll use these blue ones right here.
That was awesome.
Now, I want to try something here. Can we get a audience here for the audience to come on up?
Birthday girl.
We're gonna have the birthday girl here.
Birthday girl,
Come on up,
Katie.
Katie. Come on here. By the way, we are giving shout outs. My goddaughter here, Katie, she just turned 12. Woo! Alright. That was yesterday. Happy Halloween, happy birthday. What were you for Halloween?
Ninja Turtle.
You were a Ninja Turtle.
Alright,
What was your sister? A dork.
You're a bunch of Tom.
Alright, so happy late birthday. Hope you had fun on Halloween, a lot of candy, a lot of treats. So here we have a deck of cards. You're going to have a whole bunch of options. And you say you turn 12, right? So you're going to choose 12 different cards and have to memorize them all. No, I'm kidding. That's going to be a bit Oh, but here's what you're going to do. You're actually going to go ahead and select a random card. So go ahead and pick a random card, any card you like. Now, I want you to look at that card. Do you want that card or do you want to change your mind?
I'll have it.
You won't have it? Alright, so go ahead and memorize that card. Go ahead and show everybody the card. I'll look away so you can go ahead and show everybody.
Hold it up to the camera.
You can get closer to it if you want. Make sure they see that card nice and clear.
Not that close.
Alright.
Alright, so now I'll take your card. Alright, now you can all see the card one final time. I'm
Okay.
going to place it into the deck and I actually want you to see exactly where I'm placing it. It's roughly towards the middle. I'm just going to push it all the way inside. Now I just want to show you that your card is now going to be on the top. And it's not on the bottom either. I have no idea what your card is, only you all know. See, to me it could be any card. It could be an ace, it could be a 3. But I do have here, which I just noticed this, it's a joker right at the bottom. Now, what can we do with the joker? A joker could be any card, right? So, ta-da, your card. But here's what you're gonna do. Can you actually get this joker and fold it in half as best as you can? Long ways, short ways, however. Alright, now yeah, crease that really well and go ahead and just fold it around. Have fun with the card. Because we will know a joker if we see it, right? And yeah, keep folding. That was perfect, just the way you had it. And go ahead and just keep creasing it and then tear it up into those 4 pieces. Now, we will know a joker completed in any game can be a random card. If you place a joker with it could be an ace, it could be a 3, it could be a 4, it could be any card. Here we have a whole bunch of pieces now. Let's see, do we have
2 pieces at
2
the
pieces?
moment.
Okay, now cut those 2 pieces in half.
Yeah, break those in half.
Alright, now what would happen if we had 4 pieces instead of 1 whole joker? Well, it might not work exactly the same. Right? I mean, because we can't have 1/4 of a 3 of hearts. We can't have a 1/4 of a 2 of diamonds. But we have all 4 pieces here. Here's what I want to do. I want to get these 4 pieces. And I want to place them on top of the card. You can see them right there, right? Actually, I just want to come up here and show the camera that, let's see if I can get this right. The 4 pieces are kind of right here. Let's see if I can, there we go, they're right there. You try blocking there. There we go, perfect. You see the pieces are right there, right? So we get the 4 pieces right here. And I want to try something a little different. If you want to come on up, you're going to see this. So we get these 4 pieces here. And watch, we're going to go ahead and just go 1, 2, and 3. And those 4 pieces will come back together. And not only do they come back together, but what did I say about the Joker itself?
It can be any
It can be any card. Is your card the Six of Clubs?
Yes.
And what we're going to do with this Six of Clubs, hold on to this, and I actually want you to sign this card to make this completely unique. And we have a super Sharpie. I didn't know those existed until just a while back. Yeah, sign it on the face of the card, so yeah, so it becomes completely original. All right, wonderful. I'll take the Sharpie. Perfect. Now we're gonna do a quick recap. Ta-da! And here's the card with the signature right on it. Let's see if we can get that on there. There it is. Now I want you to see, I'm going to take your card and place it into the deck just like so. I'm going to go a little fancy here and just give it a simple cut. And I'm going to go even more fancier and give it a twist cut. Ooh, real fancy. Alright, so here at the top we have the Six of Hearts, which is not your card because there's no signature on it. And 4, so it could be anywhere. It could be next to this card, it could be next to this card. I have no idea where it's at exactly, right? But watch, if I just do this, you can see that it jumps right back to the top. And here, we'll get the card again. Actually, I want you to see. I'm going to turn it around, place it closer to the bottom. As a matter of fact, I'll even separate it and watch. It goes all the way in. We drop it down, and here we have one card, and it is your card again. How is this happening? What is this, right? I want to make this kind of easy to follow. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and place the card sticking out of the deck. I'm actually going to leave it completely sticking out. And I'm going to actually make it even more interesting. I'll just slide it right there. How about like that? That'll be even better. And what I want you to do is go ahead and slide it all the way inside. Wonderful. And now watch as I give this a cut. Slide it right in. And ta-da, it vanished. I have no idea where it's at now. But funny though, that I want you to see there's nothing in my hands. Right over here, I have my wallet. And there's not too much in my wallet. This is actually an empty wallet. But somehow, even though it's completely empty, you'll see something pretty strange happen. Just watch. Check this out. As I give it a snap, and one card appears inside. And you see that it's really to remember this day, and it's a late birthday gift.
All right, ladies.
I got one more trick before I go, and I just want to show you one final interesting thing. And I kind of noticed something on your shirt. Can you come on over here? Yeah, which is it's a wonderful shirt. I mean, just check this whole thing out. Look at that. It's great. All this. That's so cool. I really want one of these now.
Well, you got to write a good story.
I'm gonna have to write a good story. But what I did notice was something on your shirt. It's a little piece of thread. You wouldn't mind if I were to pull that off, would you? See, it's a kind of. Let me try getting that piece right there. There's it's a piece of thread here. You don't mind if I use this, do you?
By all means.
Oh, right. So I just wanted to see if I can get this.
All right.
Right.
Thank you. I'm glad you pulled it too.
It's better than pulling a finger. I know that much. So we have a piece of thread here. Like you can see, it's actually a really long piece. And I want to show you something pretty interesting with it. If we were to go ahead and slide it right inside my hand, you can see exactly where it's going. It can't go anywhere else. But just watch as I toss it right up into the air and catch it right here. You can actually see it comes right back there. Well, on top of that, what's really neat, you can actually see it go again. Watch, I'll place it in one more time. And you'll see it cross right through. And watch as it goes again. Now some of you are wondering, oh, where is it at? Well, believe it or not, it's actually right here in my pocket. what if I told you not everything is as it seems? I mean, we saw an empty bag, right? We saw a small piece of thread turn huge. What if we could do something even bigger with this thread and possibly even change it? Alright, so that's my show, and
Good job.
Before you clean up, would you mind having a seat?
oh yeah.
We got questions for you too.
I'll just move this onto the
How'd
side.
you do it?
I'll just move this off over here.
I know that's not how it works, but you know it's worth a shot.
Oh yeah, it's always worth a shot.
Oh, come on
A
up.
magician never reveals his tricks. I know. So we're gonna go ahead and first question. What got you into magic?
That's a good question. I actually get that a lot. And here's a funny story. I had just got cable on my TV when I moved into my apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and I was flipping through the channels. So I crossed by this particular image of this guy. He was just laying flat, balanced perfectly at the edge of a fence. And I was like, whoa, that's really cool, right? How is he doing that? Next thing I know, he just falls right through and the spikes go right through his body. And it flipped me out. I was like, oh my God, is that supposed to happen? The guy starts laughing. He turned out to be okay. Then it's like, oh, when we come back, after the break, Chris Angel is going to attempt to cut himself in half. And so I saw him cut himself in half once the break was over, and I was like, you know what, I want to do that one day. I want to cut myself in half. Then I started thinking, you know what, maybe I shouldn't try cutting myself in half. Maybe I should start something simple. So I started getting into cards, and that really just got me going. It got the ball rolling, and I just started going with card tricks, going all over. And when I started, I was actually in middle school in 7th grade, and I went to Rivera Middle School in Pico.
Nice.
And
Nice.
so-
Another local boy. See, guys, this area turns out talent. You might want to move here with your kids.
And so when I started doing like a simple trick. I just read a book that had some magic tricks, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna try this out. So I went to my library and I put it back. So I started practicing. Magic.
She's gonna make that phone turn into a bunch of pieces.
Put it back together.
But yeah, and then from there, like a teacher had actually saw me, and he's like, oh, you know, come with me. He said it very seriously. I thought I was gonna get in trouble. Maybe he thought I was gambling or something. And no, he just told me wait outside in the classroom. He went in, he came back out. He had a big book called the Magic Encyclopedia.
Nice.
And I was like, wow, it was like this long, this thick, and I was just like, ooh, you know, what am I gonna learn from here? I opened it up. There was cards, coins, rope, fire, and everyday objects. And from there, I was like, I have it made. I just saved myself like $500 on all these tricks right here. And the guy's like, you know what? I don't use this. I bought it for myself, but I think you'll do better with it. And right there and then, I learned everything. So I became a well-rounded magician and just kept on going. I never really gave up on doing it.
Nice. Nice. Now, my next question, where can we find you performing next?
My next performance is actually going to be in Montebello at the YMCA. It's going to be on the 6th, which is on Thursday. And do you know what time it's going to be at?
7.
At 7 o'clock, at 7 p.m.
Okay, so 7 p.m. YMCA, Montebello. If our fans aren't there wearing our t-shirts, I'm gonna cry. We really hope that everybody shows up. We got another question?
I'm gonna say, what was their first trick? What was your first trick that you learned?
Oh, my first trick was, it was pretty easy, but kind of hard at the same time. It was a trick that's called 21, which is where you get 21 cards, set them in 3 rows.
Oh my gosh, you know what? That's the first trick I ever learned.
Yeah, that was the...
And I don't really know if I learned it properly, because I know I tried it, but you know I've only gotten it right about 3 times out of the hundreds.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, but at the same time a little tricky. I had a lot of problems with it at first, but because it was kind of hard, I just thought, you know what, if I can learn how to do a hard trick and then learn how to do the easy tricks after, it won't be a problem. So I started learning that one. So setting up the 3 rows, having them mentally pick a card, and then shuffling them, mixing them up until I found the actual card. It took me, I think, about 3 weeks to actually get it down to hit it every single time.
Okay.
But yeah, just practicing with that one, that one really helped me out in learning how to collect cards, how to move cards, how to just like the simple things, and it really helped out. So if you want to be a magician, I would definitely check that trick out.
Okay. You guys, ladies and gentlemen, you saw Nexus here on the Garage Web Show. We will have him back here at the end of the show to give us a quick recap of where you can find him at, including the Magic Castle, because I do know that he performs there. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Nexus. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks a lot.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have our final topic of the evening.
Yeah.
We
What was
have-
that again?
The talent that comes out of Santa Fe Springs.
Oh yeah, the talent that comes out. There's talent that comes out of this city.
I know it's a shocker. It's a shocker. As we noted
Yeah.
before, Eric Bellinger, Grammy Award winning. Mark Sevillano, amazing author. A lot of people are buzzing right now about my kid brother, Jonathan Santa Maria, Bellator fighter. You have 2 stand-up comedians who think they're funny.
We know
Right here in the garage.
Not think.
And on top of that, I can't forget about the class that came after me. I gotta talk about Giovanni McCleary. Guys, he's voted as the #1 boat entertainer in the world.
What?
He does singing, dancing lessons. Oh, did I forget to mention that he was nominated for 5 Tonys last year?
Ooh.
Guys, the talent that has come out of this area is unbelievable. But we all have one thing in common, and it's not the city. It might be the high school. But the 5 names that I just talked about all had one teacher in common, and only one teacher in common. And his name is Mr. Estrada.
Oh wow.
And I bring up this teacher's name for a reason. Because all those talent that has come out, all this determination that has come out of his class, in so many different forms, Mr. Estrada has just become the new director of music at UCLA, and I want to say congratulations.
UCLA. My girlfriend's from there, so I have to really support that school.
Well, as everybody knows, I hate UCLA.
It's just because you're in Arizona. So.
Yeah, it's because I graduated from ASU, and I love ASU, Wildcats, Sun Devils. We have this rivalry between the Sun Devils and the Wildcats that's unbelievable, and we have this rivalry with the Bruins and everyone else. And I just want to point this out. No matter how much I hate that school, Mr. Estrada, I love you. Thank you for being a part of my life and giving me the determination that you've given me over the years. Your strength I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
All I can say is I've had a brief encounter with Mr. Estrada. He was not one of my teachers, but the thing is, I know his path has crossed mine because of Santa Fe. Like I said, I graduated in '96. He was not the music director at that time. Nordquist was the music director out there. And many people know Mr. Nordquist as well.
Yes.
He is still directing music, just in a whole different school.
Yes. And now, let's talk about this upcoming fight. Ron Henderson versus Jonathan Santa Maria. Guys, this is a fight. This is a battle at the 125-pound weight class. It is completely the best of the best. Undefeated versus undefeated. Knockout for knockout. These guys have gone to battle and have gone to war in the cage before. Jonathan Santa Maria has had 2 unbelievable fights that nobody expected him to win. His very first fight, he was a 25-1 underdog. His second fight, he was a 15-1 underdog. Ron Henderson, his first fight, 30-1 underdog. Second fight, 20-1 underdog. Third fight, 50-1 underdog.
Dang.
Guys,
They really didn't like him.
these are 2 fighters who are going to be battling in the cage, and Vegas has the odds at 49 to 51 in favor of Jonathan Santa Maria. But I do want to talk about this. Earlier today, Shale Sonnen was on his show, Live Talk with Shale Sonnen, and he picked Jonathan Santa Maria, my kid brother, as his lock to win at Bellator 131.
Now, how about that? Come on.
Now, I'm going to give credit where credit's due, because Ron Henderson, you were picked by Dominic Cruz to win. So, boo Dominic.
Yeah, who Dominic? I'm all for. Who was the other person who said it? Because you were telling me earlier that
yeah.
it's actually 2 out of 3, and
Rashad Evans.
Rashad Evans also said that he picks Jonathan as
the winner.
The winner on this.
Now, guys, this is a local guy making good. If you got the opportunity to head down to San Diego and look at this fight, his fight is going on, scheduled to be on at 4 p.m. He's the very first fight of the night. You can see him live on SpikeTV.com and stream it. He's not going to be on the Spike TV show, which starts at 7 p.m., but he will be live on Spike.com. You can stream it if you'd like. Once again, that's Spike.com live stream. Feel free to check it out. November 15th at 4 p.m. Pacific time. Okay?
Yeah, let us be Pacific. Pacific time, okay?
Okay. So, check out my kid brother. I hope you all enjoy the fight. I'm going to be there live with about 400 screaming Tsunami fans. That's right. My kid brother decided, my kid brother decided to go completely Disney on us and call himself Johnny Tsunami.
Johnny the Tsunami Santa Maria. And I like the name, so it sticks, you know?
So we are Tsunami fans, although I know I look more like a monsoon.
Oh man, you're just a black cloud floating all over us. You know?
Oh, hopefully I don't rain. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring up our 2 guests right now who seem to be laughing and enjoying themselves.
Yeah, you know what? We had a great time on this show. This was actually a really great show. The guests were awesome.
The guests have been awesome. Nexus, Mark, can we bring you guys up?
Come on back up here. Alright, once again, we'd like to thank you for coming back out on the show.
Okay, guys, real quick, Mark, where can we get your book at again?
Xlibras.com, Amazon, and Barnes & Noble.
Alright. And Nexus, we can see you at the Magic Castle and at the YMCA.
Montebello.
Montebello. I almost forgot. I was going to go back to the tape.
Alright.
Montebello, the 6th, this Thursday at 7 p.m. Don't forget to check him out there. Do you guys have websites?
Yes, choice@23.com.
Choice23.com.
I know I do have an email.
You do have an email. Throw out the email.
The email is nexus130@gmail.com. That's NEXXUS130@gmail.com.
And he does respond. I'll verify for that because he's been talking to me back and forth quite often here.
Okay, and for those of you that want to check out my next performance, you'll find me at the J Spot this Wednesday night, opening up for none other than the legendary, the most funny, Ralphie May. Come check us out live.
Hey, Fat Man versus Fat Man. What the heck?
He's talking about cheeseburgers. I'm talking about muff burgers, baby.
Yeah,
Let's get this on.
Hey, I'm going to be at the Fox in Riverside on Monday at 6 o'clock. I'm going to be out there. Afterwards, I'm going to go ahead and do some karaoke, just for the heck of it, at Lake Alice in Riverside as well.
I will be sure to cover my ears.
Thank you.
Thank y'all very much for tuning in. And as we always do, feel free to tune in to the next Garage Web Show, where it's going to be all stand-up live right here in the garage.
Just remember, like us on Facebook, facebook.com/The Garage Web Show, and also you can like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Silos Comedian. Thank you. This is The Garage. We out.